Hi guys, back with another video about posing and character design. So in this book I have a bunch of character design poses and character designs in general, and I've kind of thumbnailed them. So here I think I'm going to pick this one to kind of elaborate on and kind of create an idea out of. So I have multiple sketchbooks and I'm kind of trying to see which design or kind of style I want to emulate, and I kind of went with this one from one of my sketchbooks. So now I take another sketchbook where I will be creating this kind of more elaborate character design with this particular pose. So when it comes to pencils, I love to use a 5H kind of pencil. I use Derwent pencils, bought them on Amazon. So whenever you see me drawing like these sketches, I'm likely going to start off with a 5H. They're very, very light, and it kind of makes it easier for you to make mistakes and kind of cover them up. So I'm going to show you two ways that I kind of thumbnail. One way is to just go straight in, kind of make very quick lines everywhere, try and see if you can kind of make the anatomy look great or sort of anatomically correct. This is kind of maybe a bit more advanced for some people, but if you can do it, then great. I'm using my other character book as a reference, and it's good to redraw it again because you know, you may have, I did those character designs like a very long time ago, maybe a year or two ago, so I may not know exactly how to do it again, so it's just to make sure that I've got it right. You also may want to try a few things that are a bit new to the character. So if you're unable to just go straight in, then this is my other method. So I like to plan everything out with this kind of like cuboid shape. You do that firstly, and it makes it very easy for you to visualize how a pose is going to look and where the body should go in that box. So this is just a great way of making sure that everything looks like it's in the right place. So again here, I think this one is a bit more easier. I think it looks a bit more correct. And so when I start with the head, it flows way more easier. So you sketch it in again using your other reference to kind of help you out, and you know, you can still try things that are a bit new. You know, here I kind of added a bit more hair at the top instead of with the other one it was kind of like a bold character, but it wasn't necessarily like a character choice. It was more of just easier to draw a bald head basically. So I kind of was able to try out something new with this particular iteration of the design. And in this video I only do 2 of these thumbnail drawings, but obviously it could help if you did like maybe 5, 6 of them as well. So now I'm kind of moving on to a bigger drawing where I use the thumbnails that I've done before, but also using a reference for style from a previous sketchbook, which I find is really helpful because often when you're trying to find references of artists that you may like or inspire you, you try and emulate their style on a particular drawing, but sometimes it doesn't look correct, or even if it did look correct, because the artist may be just a bit more experienced, you may find it harder to kind of see where their style is kind of fitting into yours, and it can kind of demotivate you in that particular drawing. So I use drawings that I've already done, which I kind of like to kind of use as a reference. So as you can see here, it's kind of easier for me to just sketch out very quickly. In fact, making it bigger is kind of taken just as much time as the small thumbnail, just because I'm so used to these movements. So these movements, they're very triangular, very rigid, quick strokes, and I kind of go over particular body parts. So especially, you can see here, I don't just do one movement for like the nose. I draw the nose quickly, and then I go over it doing other sketches, just to make sure that I've got all the information there to use when I decide to kind of make the drawing a bit more finished. So now I'm trying to add in the shading. Shading is very important when it comes to character designs, because when you know where the shading is, you know where the lighting is, it kind of helps with kind of making the character seem a bit more solidified, a bit more realistic. And it also means that you don't need to put in all the details. If you were to create a character and then just create a black block where a shade is supposed to be, it can give just the same effect as kind of cross-hatching, and it's also easier to kind of create. So now I'm going in again. I'm still using a 5H pencil. I'm going again, trying to make some of the darker places darker by like just using a bit more pressure with my pencil, and you know, adding some details here and there that I think would look cool when I start to ink. And now you can kind of just have fun with it. You know, your pencil guide was just a guide to know where everything is going, but if things change, that's fine. In fact, I was kind of making decisions where how I should do that arm and how I should place that hand, but again, it doesn't need to be completely like you first planned it. Some things change. So that's kind of like character design from start to finish. I haven't planned any of this out. This is the first time me drawing this particular character, so it kind of gives you a time frame for how this kind of thing should work. So cool, if you like this video, great. Tell me what other things you want to see as well. See ya.